after we met last year, there were 333 teachers, IAs, and clerks and staff laid off in the city of Paterson. There were 119 people who were residents of the city, Paterson laid off. 175 teachers, 116 aides, 154 teacher spots that were left unfilled, and 14 aide spots unfilled. This is for a school district which probably, I believe, has the second most student population because we have 29,000 students. And obviously, there were remedial programs cut, credit recovery programs cut, counseling programs cut, athletic programs cut, tutorial programs cut, 10% of supplies cut last year, and $11 million from facilities that were cut. Now, this year, I guess we're being told that we're going to have 115 people laid off on top of the layoffs of last year. Now, my concern, and many residents of the city of Paterson is that we received these major cuts, which I haven't heard of anywhere in the past, because we did not agree to a $10 million tax levy. My concern is that Paterson has paid their fair share of taxes. We've been under state district takeover for 25 years. We have not seen any financial improvement at all, not just in this administration, but the administration before. And for the record, the city of Paterson has paid their fair share of taxes. In 2011, our property tax increase was 29%. In 2012, 3.5%. In 2013, 9.9%. In 2014, 5.2%. In 2015, 2%. 2016, we're looking at a 7% property tax increase. So we have paid our fair share of taxes. And I heard what you said about Atlantic City and the ratables. Well, we have over 3,000 properties in foreclosure. We only tax probably 1/3% of the people. We are the county seat where we have every social agency that doesn't pay any type of tax. We have 54 school buildings that don't pay taxes, state buildings, you name it, recovery centers that service throughout North Jersey. So when you're talking about a city that's in distress, Paterson is a city in distress that has been overtaxed. And as you see by these numbers, any resident, any property owner will have a concern. So any increase of a tax levy cannot be acceptable. And let me ask you this, if the council does not agree to increasing the tax levy, what is the request this year? 2.5 million, I believe?
We're looking to see an increase in the local levy, and we have to realize for the school, now you combined a lot of tax rates into your numbers, but
it still hits the property owner.
Just to be clear, Assemblyman, that 25 years ago, Paterson, for its schools, raised $36 million. It is 25 years ago. It is currently raising around $39 million. There is no municipality in the state of New Jersey whose tax rate has remained stable for its schools over a 25-year period.
But there are also no cities that have these type of property tax increases over the last 5-year period. I mean, if you can find another city that has paid these type of property taxes, and we're very familiar with a city like Paterson, which was a major manufacturing city and industrial, those things are no related. So, I mean, all of those factories, we're talking about abandoned properties. Yet, we are still taking care of many of the ills of the state of New Jersey. When I'm talking about alcoholism, drug abuse, homeless, we take care of those people here, and those properties, be it the diocese or the state, they do not pay taxes.
Right, but Assemblyman, I think the point I'm trying to make is that to support the schools, the Paterson community has basically done nothing in 25 years.
Oh,
the
no,
municipality
they've done
has gone up
yes.
$110 million. The schools have gone up $3 million in that period of time. $110 million to $3 million. So,
but Commissioner, make sure that you understand,
right?
we've been under state district, so the people over the finance of the city of Paterson has been the state of New Jersey. So if there's anybody who has not taken care of their fair share and done what they had to do, it is the state of New Jersey Department of Education over the last 25 years. And over the last 5 years, as you can see, the numbers just do not add up. We shouldn't give another dime. I don't see that. I just don't see that being possible. I mean, the students are not being serviced. They're not getting a thorough and efficient education. As you see with the numbers, we see the numbers that there are increases. We see that there are numbers in other areas. But you tell me that you can, 29,000 students. 29,000 students, yet we're cutting up to 400 people. You know, so you tell me as a taxpayer, how do you justify paying any local tax levy and increase at all? How? I find it hard to believe that you can find another district that is failing its students as you have done in the city of Paterson. Now, if we were funded at 20% and we had a high success rate and our buildings weren't falling apart and they weren't dilapidated throughout 19 buildings over 100 years and we weren't losing staff members at an alarming rate, I would not be arguing. I'm an educator. I've been in it for 27 years. But what's going on in the city of Paterson is something that should be alarming, just as it's alarming in Atlantic City. When you talk about ratables and issues of that and get additional funding, I mean, we should be in that same situation. And the state of New Jersey should really look at Paterson and be ashamed. And not just Paterson, you look at Newark, you look at other places like that have lost drastic amount of numbers. You have money that has been wasted over the years of state takeover. I'm talking about teachers in these fish bowls and different things like that, high numbers of consultants at astronomical pays. Those are the concerns that I need your support to say, look, we understand that there's a wrong. I understand that, you know, there are other towns that should be getting more funding, but you have to look at Newark, you have to look at Paterson and say, you know what, we have to correct what has gone wrong. And be it, you know, I'm not arguing anti-charter, nobody else, but what I'm saying is that the kids that are there, they deserve a better situation when it comes to their education. And the residents that are paying astronomical taxes, they deserve a better product. The impact of not properly educating our students in many of our urban centers, be it Paterson, Newark, Camden, wherever it be, East Orange, it is an impact on throughout the state of New Jersey. Because if you look at those dropout rates, you look at the concerns when you look at the heroin, increase of heroin use in sales, they come from those students who have not been properly educated. You have to understand that. When we look at our health issues, when you talk about health care and stuff like that, these are the undereducated students and people that we have not properly educated to go out and do the right thing. Now, I don't expect every student in the city of Paterson or some of these other urban areas to go to college, but we need to prepare them for a future beyond just being out in the streets. That's the bottom line.